Hello and welcome to live.homag at Ligna In. My name is 𝗟𝗜𝗚𝗡 and today I'm joining you on a quest for even greater efficiency in furniture production. We have prepared some interesting approaches for you in our broadcast, so let's get started right away. One idea for becoming even more efficient is digital value stream optimization. And with its help, furniture manufacturers can quickly and digitally record their production data, regardless of how old their machinery is and which manufacturer the machines come from. I will talk about the challenges and technologies of machine data acquisition in the wood and furniture industry with our expert Elias Wagner from SCHULER Consulting in a moment. But first, let's take a closer look at the SCHULER Consulting team who won the 𝗟𝗜𝗿𝗚𝗏 Award 2020.
Bastian Schulz.
Julia Handke.
Florian Hauswirth.
Eike Hein.
Elias Wagner. SCHULER Consulting is basically a technical consultancy for the woodworking industry. Our main business there is factory planning and digital consultancy.
Well, there are two levels of optimization. One level that we call horizontal level, that is optimization of manufacturing processes. On the vertical level, the second level is optimization of data flow, data streams.
Gathering more data, more chances to find optimization potential.
The root problem can be anywhere, when you don't have transparency in your whole production. The problem is that we don't know how the factory works because it's hard, even for our customers, to really gather all the data in the production to get knowledge about what is going on the shop floor.
For example, we have a kitchen producer producing more than 1,000 kitchens per day. 1,000 kitchens, each kitchen in average 10 cabinets. Each cabinet in average more than 10 parts. So we're talking about more than 100,000 parts in one day, and that is what is generating the complexity within such a project.
Usually the indoor tracking technology is quite expensive. We found a supplier, they are doing the indoor tracking based on industrial smartphones.
What we do with our solution here is we boil everything down to the essential.
So we are applying our sensors in the production, let those sensors do the work, and we are concentrating on what we can do best, and that is data analysis and finding optimization approach.
We have on the one side the smartphone, which is the receiver. And on the other side, we have small transmitters, which are sending every 6 seconds a signal to the smartphones.
So now with this approach, we got the possibility to constantly gather the data of the production, and we can, based on each different time slot we are currently looking at, we can derive different optimization approaches.
The special thing about our solution is we make ourselves completely independent from the general technological landscape. And the outcome is just simple and easy to handle and easy to interpret.
What I really like about the team is that we have a really good attitude. Everyone is customer focused, nevertheless enjoying the work here.
SCHULER Consulting means to me in 3 words: customer-oriented, innovative solutions.
Hello Elias, wonderful that you're here.
Thanks, Arndt.
And you have a great team.
Thank you.
But now I want to know more about digital value stream optimization. I get it. It is used to capture production data quickly and digitally. Mm-hmm. And it is used to capture production data quickly and digitally, but what technology is behind digital value stream optimization and what is it used for here?
The technology behind our approach is surprising, as we've seen it in the film, basic mobile phones. And those mobile phones come with very sensitive sensors and the ability to localize Bluetooth low energy beacons, which is the second part of the system, but at the same time are able to collect machine data from vibration or light signals. And those are combined in either an app or a dashboard on HTML5 basis, through which we can make the production of our customers transparent.
Okay. And from which machines can I collect data with this technology?
That's the most interesting part. Basically, any machine that is providing any kinds of vibration, and every motor which is vibrating.
Yeah.
So basically, we can collect data from any kind of machine, and we can also make normal workstations. We can equip with those mobile phones with the application, and also provide worker input surfaces on the mobile.
Okay, and what do I do as a furniture manufacturer with all the data that is collected by digital value stream measurement? Do you have an example for us?
Yeah, for example, one kitchen customer of ours, we are implementing on the one hand the localization, on the other hand also the machine gathering, and we are combining those data in the dashboard and use that as a basic for our optimization projects. We identify where we have parts which are laying there in buffer stocks for quite some time. We collect the production data per machine, so we see how is the utilization of the machine or the workplace. And we provide a transparent and at a glance overview of his production and derive our optimization projects from that basis.
Okay, and for companies of what size is this technology best suited in combination with consulting?
Basically, the project approach is applicable to any kind of size of customer, right?
Okay.
The size of the installation, of course, determines the effort that comes with the project implementation. The effort is not too high, but on the other hand, you want to concentrate on the optimization. So rather, think big and start small, right? And we are equipping certain areas first, and then we are enrolling it to the rest of the production. What's not possible is, on the one hand, it's not worth to make all processes recorded, because some of them might just not be the bottleneck. On the other hand, it's not possible to implement it for an anonymous production or a serious production yet. But we need a determined part identification number, because then through our base controlling figures, we are able to break down the machining times and the transport times and so on and so forth down to the single part. And that's what makes it really interesting in the optimization.
Okay, and does digital value stream optimization also work in production with variable batch sizes and flexible processing sequences?
Absolutely. As long as we have the production data on a digital base at the beginning, and we have a part identification figure, then we are fine to go. And the production sequences, of course, must be known so that we can show the should process and compare the actually collected data to that should process. In case the should process is not determined yet, that's a short prequel, so to speak, of the project, and we carry that out in advance, but that's very fast implemented.
What can digital value stream optimization do that was not previously possible in optimization projects before?
The big advantage right now is the digitalization of the value stream. In the past, you can imagine there was a consultant or an engineer with a stopwatch going down to the shop floor, gathering the data, and then you have a data set of 1 or 2 weeks. From that data set, you want to derive the optimization, although the production mix might have changed in the meanwhile, because the set of data you've collected was half a year ago. So the big advantage is that now we have it on a real-time base, and we can also derive past and current states with each other and determine where the bottlenecks are, and we can do that on a real-time basis. That's the big advantage. At the same time, the collection of the data is happening through beacons and not through educated engineering power, which is a scarce resource in those days.
Okay, let's imagine I'm a manufacturer. What added value does it give to me then?
The first thing is that you get really a transparent view on your whole value stream, and then you have it on a real-time base, and you can compare your KPIs, also because you have the history of your production value stream. So that is a very good and continuous base for optimization projects. At the same time, you can use the same application with Bluetooth and Bluetooth beacons and the mobile phones for localizing your production. For example, you are searching for a trolley with a certain order, and you cannot find it. You will find it through the app directly, and you can go there and gather it. So we are reducing waste. We are reducing search times. We are, and that is only, a byproduct, so to speak.
Okay, and where's the greatest potential for optimization typically found in production processes?
That's the prevention the prevention of waste and double efforts. Overproduction. We have searching efforts which can be reduced significantly. We have an efficiency increase through the optimization on the real-time based data, and what we see, especially in a whole lot of our customers' productions, that certain areas might not work in a pull principle, although it is a overall target to have that implemented. We can identify exactly where the pull principle is not followed up upon consequently, and then we can reduce in these areas through implementing measures to overcome that. We can prevent a higher circulation of material in your production, which leads to lower logistic default rates, which leads to lower cash flow, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
So there's a whole lot of things you can do.
Yeah, understand. Okay. And what advice would you give to a furniture manufacturer who wants to measure and optimize the efficiency of his production? What is the best way to start?
As I already said, think big, start small.
Okay.
Have a clear target of what you want to reach.
Okay.
Because starting without a target is like getting in your car and not knowing where you want to drive to. So that is the first thing, and then always try to implement the pull principle in your production. If you are not well acquainted with the value stream yet, then we can also start with a manual value stream to get acquainted to the principle. And then, of course, if you want to go into digital value stream optimization with a real-time dashboard from which you can derive optimization, we are always willing to help. We are out there.
Okay, digital value stream optimization. Yeah. Very interesting topic. Thank you, Elias.
You're welcome.
We want to talk about another topic also, SCHULER Consulting. Because since 65 years, the company SCHULER Consulting stands for competence, professionalism, and innovations. So, Elias, you pursue a holistic consulting approach. What does this exactly mean?
It means that we are partnering up with our customer from the gathering of his production data at his point of sale down to the shipping of his products, final products, and all the things that come in between. That is the factory planning and optimization, enlarging, the digitization of his processes and supporting him here. At the same time, always having a look at how his technical constructions are set up. Are they suitable for his production philosophy? And how does his design support look like? And how is his cost efficiency in his products as well as in his production and his business processes?
Okay. You can look back on a long history in which the industry has undergone major changes.
Yeah.
what are the issues that are driving furniture manufacturers and woodworkers today?
Tough question, because that is quite different depending on the region we are in, for example, and the customer demands in those regions, as well as politics or supply chains and whatnot else. But there are certainly a couple of main things that are driving our industry. From those mega trends, that is surely sustainability. A lot of our customers are looking into. At the same time, civil society, especially in the Western countries, where we are facing a lack of well-educated resources. And globalization and protectionism in certain areas is a challenge. We've seen that just lately with the supply chains breaking down. But I guess the most interesting or the most challenging thing for our customers is the individualization, which is coming from the market demand, a rising demand for individualized products. And that is leading to certain issues in our complex environment, like the sales channel are transforming, the material and technology variety out there in the market is getting bigger and bigger, and the digitization should be like a catalyst for empowering our customers to come along with all those challenges in that complex environment. And for the furniture production, surely the main focus is on efficiency in the production, because we are having a higher demand of different varieties, shorter lead times, shorter life cycles of products in the production. So that is a main challenge for the furniture production. For the wooden construction or house building industry, I guess it's rather effectiveness. Because the main players in the market are still comparatively small compared to the market demand, which is booming right now. And the producers as well as investors are looking into building up production capacities and getting effectiveness here with automation in that field. That really is an industrialization of a whole industry. So I guess that's their main challenge.
Okay, I understand there are challenges.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but now the question, what answers does SCHULER Consulting offer to these challenges?
As I said, we are partnering up with our customers from their point of sale to their shipping and all the process steps in between. So we are well expertised and practiced in optimizing and planning production or business processes for our industry. So first we bring the expertise into the field. Secondly, we focus on a transfer of cross-industrial approaches and how we can bring those into our industry, from the automotive industry, machining industry, and how we could use those in our industry. That is one of our main focuses. And I guess that in-depth knowledge of digitization in combination with our expertise and our will of innovation, bringing innovation in from other industries, I guess that's the main advantage we can provide for our customers.
Okay. And where do you see the greatest development potential in the industry?
I guess everyone is speaking about it, and that's why it might be a little boring of an answer, because I guess the main challenge is really the implementing of processes and functions into operating systems, no matter whether those are on-premise or in the cloud or as a service, but using the possibilities already out there, to overcome the challenges of the industry. That is what a lot of our customers are still struggling with, and what we are trying to help them overcome also those fears of the employees and the entrepreneurs themselves, by providing easy solutions to use those possibilities in the market.
Not a boring answer.
I hope none of those.
No. Okay, last question. How will Schuler Consulting develop in the future?
As I said, I mean, ourselves, we are well trained in optimization planning projects, and as well as having a focus on the digitization of the processes. But that is what we want to look further in depth in the future as well. Looking out for possibilities that are already in the market, maybe in other industries, and transfer those into our industry as well. And at the same time, we are observing the transformation of the sales channels in our industry. Everyone, exactly now with Corona, the boom of buying things online is just on the rise. And I guess we're far away from having seen the end of that rise. So our goal is always to create transparency over those processes in the production, as well as helping transform the industry, and always with a target on efficiency and effectiveness.
Okay, really exciting prospects. Thank you very much for this insight, Elias.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, and after all, we are looking for more efficiency in today's show, and Schuler Consulting is exactly the right partner for that. They successfully promote the idea of design to cost. High quality design meets low production costs in their customers' companies. They brought us a film about it, and I would suggest let's take a look.
Over the years, we have established ourselves as consulting experts of the wood and furniture industry. With our knowledge, we help you manufacture the very best product for the most competitive price. Setting a fixed selling price prior to any designing, constructing, and manufacturing processes might sound like wishful thinking, but our very own processing analysis and assistance turns this concept into reality. As an example, the sales department of your company determined a maximum retail price of 210 euros for a specific cabinet element. Through our design and cost method, we analyze and optimize every detail of your inquiry, down to the fabrication process. We do this by simulating various combinations of the given parameters until we work out the optimal solution together with your input. Needless to say, our analysis also takes into consideration any design trends and personal wishes of your client. We do this not only for your kitchen, but for close to any appliance that you as a manufacturer of the wood industry fabricate. Our support enables you to reach peak success at maximum profitability. Design to Cost by Schuler Consulting.
Really interesting film, Elias. I have some questions, as you can imagine.
Of course.
The design to cost approach promises maximum success and maximum profitability without the design of the products falling by the wayside. But my question is, how does this work?
The approach is not, it's not a new approach. We just talked about bringing ideas or approaches from other industries into our industry as well. And that is exactly one of those. The design to cost approach we are following up upon is based on cost engineering, which is coming from the automotive industry. Here what we are doing is we are simulating taking furniture like this table apart and simulating and seeing how the production processes are followed up upon, how much it costs, how the material is going into the calculation of the single product. And we do that by having the target together, to do that together with a designer of our customer in order to optimize the design before the product is launched. Because then we have the highest influence on the cost of the product afterwards in the production. And then we are concentrating on the cost drivers of that product to optimize the design according to the production philosophy we know from our customer.
Okay, but what conclusions can be drawn from such an analysis? What is then the next practical step?
The next practical step is sitting there together with the designer, maybe the production planner, and determine what can we change to make it more cost efficient, and also compare the achieved price of the new design with the target price, which should hopefully be there before we are starting the product launch, because then we know whether that product really pays off. Is the margin there that our customer is hoping for?
Okay, but why is a product cost analysis particularly relevant especially in the wood and furniture industry? Why?
We have, compared to the automotive industry and other industries, we have comparatively low margins in our industry. And then it comes into play that nowadays we're having by far a whole lot of products, and we are driving a total cost approach. Most of our customers are driving a total cost approach. So they're determining the product costs not based on the real product costs, but based on a distribution of overall costs on all products based on the amount of the product is produced. At the same time, the price level of the product is not determined necessarily only by the price or the production plan of that product, but also by looking what can I get for the product in the market. And that combination of a not detailed determination of a price and a market-driven market price for the product can lead to a deficient product margin. And that is why it is significantly important for our industry as well.
Okay. And what answers does design to cost analysis offer in view of the increasing trend towards individualization in the furniture industry?
The individualization is just another good example of nowadays environment of an ever ongoing change, right? And that change is getting faster. Individualization means that we have shorter life cycles of our products because the next design trend is just around the corner, and the life cycle of the product is getting shorter. So the time for a producer to optimize the product costs throughout the life cycle in his production, the chances to do that are decreasing. So we need to know that the break-even point is reached as soon as possible, hopefully even before we go into production of the new product. And that is where we can also derive valuable approaches from.
Okay. I understand. A design to cost analysis shows me as a manufacturer which products best fit my manufacturing philosophy and my entrepreneurial goals. So favorable product costs and high product quality can be directly taken into account here when building a new product portfolio. Question. Is a design to cost analysis also suitable for manufacturers who already have an extensive product portfolio and perhaps want to streamline it?
Absolutely, because the first question a customer is coming up with or a producer is coming up with is, which products should I erase out of my catalog, right? And hopefully you're erasing those out which are not providing the margin you've been hoping for. So through our approach, we can do that for any kind of products and determine how the product margin on that certain product is related to the price you're asking for. And as we know, in the product catalogs of the producers, there are not only the products from the last 5 years, but that's grown structures, right? We have products in there from 20 or even more years ago. And those are still, the calculation is maybe still based on old work plans with old production times, which may nowadays have changed. Also, the lot sizes may have changed significantly. So the cost calculation, which has been a back then valuable thing, is overhauled for a long time already. So we can determine which are the products which are still providing the margin the customer is hoping for, and therefore help him streamline his catalog.
Very interesting prospects. Thank you for being here, Elias.
Thanks for the interesting conversation, Arndt, and good luck.